Okay, day 15, so halfway through the challenge. So, yeah, let's get into it. Um, so today I want to talk about the importance, why you should get a mastermind. So, let me rewind back. So, maybe, say about 10 months ago, I was living in Ho Chi Minh City in Vietnam, and I went to this event. I met this guy. It's cool. Then maybe fast forward a week after that, I was walking around the shopping mall, and I bumped into this guy, and we're just like small talk, and I was like, hey, okay, so what are you up to? He said, I got this mastermind. I'm like curious, like what a mastermind was. And he said, oh, it's just kind of self-development stuff, like a weekly meeting. And yeah, he just invited me to check it out. So I was like, okay, sure. So it was literally, I met him at the shopping mall and we just walked to it from there. And when this mastermind, I was like pretty new to me, so I didn't know what to expect. So basically, a mastermind is a group of people. You can have one person, but usually it's a group of people, and you guys have like a weekly meeting, right? It doesn't have to be weekly; it can be bi-weekly. But from experience, a weekly meeting is the best. And basically, all you guys kind of have a similar interest, similar goal. So for example, you could have like a business mastermind or like a personal development mastermind. So the one I went to in Saigon, Ho Chi Minh City, is a more like a personal self development mastermind, and you would have weekly meetings and people kind of share what they did that week and their goals and did they achieve it, did they not, and everyone else would kind of chip in like, oh, you should do this, do that, like kind of giving advice. And it's very helpful because having that weekly meeting is just like, if you did shit all the past week, you got to present to your group, oh, I did nothing. So it's kind of, you feel kind of bad. And it was also good because you would put stake on it. So, for example, you could say, "Oh, I want to complete this. If I don't do it, I'll donate $200 to charity." And yeah, so this was in Saigon. So when I moved back to Chiang Mai, I didn't have anything. And my friend, he asked me, how's it going in Chiang Mai? I was like, oh yeah, it's kind of steady, but I'm not really doing much. So this Australian guy from my previous mastermind, he forced me to make another mastermind. That's how cool it was. He used that kind of the tactic like, okay, so when are you gonna start this mastermind? And I was kind of lazy. I was like, I don't know, maybe 3 days. And he said, okay, in 3 days I'm gonna call you, and by that time you're gonna have a message or ask a few people about this mastermind. And 3 days later came, and I didn't ask anyone. I was kind of shy. It's kind of weird, like going to. Cause I was still making still meeting people. Didn't know many people. weren't really close, so it felt kind of weird asking people you're not so close with to start a mastermind. Anyways, he called me. I said nothing happened. I didn't do anything. And then he said, okay, so he basically said, could you message them now? And I'm like, yeah, I could. Then he said, message them. So I messaged one dude, and yeah, he was like kind of curious about it. Then we asked like two other people, and yeah, we just got my first mastermind because of my previous mastermind. And it was really sick because now, like, the past 6 months, we've been having weekly meetings. So in Chiang Mai, I started a SEO mastermind, so search engine optimization mastermind. Really freaking helpful. Like, one of my websites I started a year ago, I wasn't doing too great, but then they're like forcing me to like grow it, and now it's like traction is pretty good, all because of this mastermind. So I'll just give you guys kind of like the routine of the masterminds I've been to. So the very first mastermind, you would say you kind of tell people what your goal is in life, or your 6-month goal or 1-year goal, and then people kind of get an idea of where you want to end up. Then after that, people you would kind of say your week's goal, the goal for the coming week, and it can be anything like business, whatever. So in a typical meeting, so in my mastermind we have 4 people in total, and we just go around so one person talks and everyone else listens. So the guy would say what he did the previous week, the good, the bad, whatever, any troubles that he's facing, just anything. And then, yeah, like I said, people chip in here and there. On average, it can range from 15 to 25 minutes per person. And yeah, some meetings are like pretty quick, like 1 hour. Some meetings are up to 2 hours. So I think if you were to start it, you should have a set structure. Like, okay, we're gonna have 1 hour meetings, because then it will kind of force you to kind of not like beat around the bush and just say, here's the good, here's the bad, I need help with this. So yeah, you just go around in circles on each one. And the biggest helpful thing is putting a stake on it. So yeah, if you do it, just yeah. So that's about it. So I guess you could say I challenge you guys to start a mastermind. It can be anyone. Like, find your closest friends if they have similar interests. If you guys want to hit some goal in life, you need this. And it doesn't even have to be your friends. It can be random people on the internet. So a few months back, some people reached out to me because they saw me in this interview on YouTube. So somehow we started a mastermind. So yeah, I'm like, what? So I have 2 masterminds. So one of them is 2 American guys and one guy's a German guy from Germany. So, and I've never met these guys in person. So you guys have no excuse. Oh, and one more thing, you need people that are dedicated to this. So you can have people that like, yeah, I'll join, but then they're not consistent in meeting up, and it's bad, because that shows it's not that important to them. So I don't know, like, you just need people that are very committed and take this very seriously. And if they're not, just kick them out. Because when I started this one in Chiang Mai, we had 4 people in total, and one of them, they were not they were not into it. So we kind of basically kicked them out and just replaced them with someone else. And yeah, anyways, go start a mastermind.